Hello, this is Keith Downing, and I'll be presenting today. This is the presentation number 2 for CIT 270, the Remote Access VPN Project. It's by Chris Kitchens, Poloski, Cordon, Megan Nolin, and myself, Keith Downing. Most common types of VPN, or a virtual private network, are a personal or consumer VPN, a remote access VPN, and third, the site-to-site VPN. Before we go in further, we'll be talking a little bit about the differences of remote VPN and personal VPN. A remote access VPN is also known as a point-to-point VPN, allows users to establish a secure connection to a remote server. It's also usually reserved for businesses and large corporations. So this type of VPN allows multiple users to have access to a remote server network. And finally, this also requires you to have a remote access server and VPN client software installed. And a personal VPN is a type of VPN connection or service that is meant for an individual or personal use rather than business use. It is used to design and protect an individual's personal home or office network. And this just requires the VPN client software installed on your device. Let's have a look here, starting with the personal or the consumer VPN. Personal or consumer VPN allows an individual user to create an encrypted connection or tunnel between his personal computer and a VPN server in order to navigate through the internet with privacy and security. The remote access VPN connection allows a user or employee to connect to a private business network from a remote location using the laptop or desktop computer that is connected to the internet, using an encrypted tunnel to transmit all data. A site-to-site VPN allows offices in multiple fixed locations to establish secure connections with each other over a public network such as the internet. Protocols used in the VPN. A remote access VPN generally uses either the IPsec or the Layer 2 tunneling protocol. Different tunneling protocols, which enclose a packet within another packet, can be used for VPN transmissions. IPsec, which stands for Internet Protocol Security, is a protocol suite for securing IP communications. IPsec encrypts and authenticates each IP packet of a session between hosts or networks and provides protection to a much wider range of applications compared to SSL or TLS. IPsec has two subprotocols that are used in VPN, which are encapsulated security payload and authentication header. ESP encrypts data that is being transmitted using a symmetric key, while authentication header creates a digest of the packet header, which helps to hide certain information like the sender's source address until it reaches its destination. Multi-factor authentication confirms the identity of the user. It requires 2 or more bits of information to prove that the user is the account holder. The different authentication factors include something the user has, something the user knows, and something the user is, instead of just entering a password to gain access. The user would be required to respond to an email, text message, phone call, or a security question. And these are the most common methods of authentication. After the response has been verified using any of these methods, the user would then be granted access. Cisco is a leading provider for remote access solutions. Cisco AnyConnect Secure Mobility Client allows to create a remote access virtual private network, VPN. And we're going to demonstrate the steps for connecting to a VPN using this client software through some slides in the next couple of slides that you'll be seeing. A remote access VPN allows a remote user, usually an employee, to access a private business network. After connecting, it would assign an IP address as if the user was inside the internal network. These images on the slide show the process of connecting a remote user to a corporate network using the Cisco AnyConnect. Starting in the upper right corner, the image there is the step 1, ready to connect. The middle image is the step 2, where the authenticating is happening. And then in the lower right corner is step 3, which is connected, where you're connected, which is a virtual and encrypted channel to the corporate network is created. Cisco AnyConnect can use the following protocols: TLS, or SSL, DTLS, and IPsec/IKE version 2. In this example, DTLS protocol is used, and the RSA/AES256/SHA1 cipher is used, as shown in the image. In addition, there are mobile versions of the AnyConnect for the Android and iOS. This solution allows employees, partners, or mobile users to connect through a corporate network as if the user was located in the internal network. But there are some risks of using remote access, since there are some vulnerabilities with this technology. For example, 62% of employees have access to critical information that they probably shouldn't have. In 2014, 80% of breached merchants were attacked through their insecure remote access programs, including companies like Target and Home Depot. If a hacker can get a hand of the remote access credentials, either through brute force or other methods, they will have gained privileged access to the internal network, which poses a great risk. This concludes the Remote Access VPN project for CIT 270. Thank you.